Mississippi.
That's me.
You've been out here for how long? Homeless in San Diego.
Almost 3.5, going on 4 years.
What happened?
Well, I came out here from Pascagoula, Mississippi. I'm a welder. I came out here and weld to get a job at Nashville. I've been out here before. And I got laid off. And at this time, we used to stand on Hillcrest on 7th Street. And we got evicted. And I stayed out in Bellboy, parked me and my lady in the car. And she told me she was going to stay with her daughter and I couldn't come. So I became homeless at that point.
So, and you've been outside ever since?
Outside ever since.
What's homelessness like here in San Diego?
Hell. Straight hell. Everybody hate each other. Everybody trying to get each other. And it's no respect, no love. It's inhumane. It's inhumane to be out here.
What's keeping you outside?
Housing.
Yeah.
They promised me housing last year, last September, and I've been out here waiting on them. And I've been to PAF, I've been to Alpha Project, and I've been at PAF right now twice.
All the different places. There's just no housing.
No housing.
So how about the sweeps? Because what caught my attention was a cop just kind of casually peeped his way through here.
Yeah, he said he was looking for someone on a bike, running from a bike, and they was dropping off something, and he came there. Most of the time they be telling lies just to peep in your thing.
Yeah, but he was, just looking at the tents, going through, and that's got to feel horrible, right?
Yeah, because I've been crucified without trouble.
Right.
And they want to put us in this tent, and they won't give me a curfew. I'm 61 years old. I don't need a curfew. I'm saying if you gonna give me a curfew, put me in somewhere safe, I should go as I please.
Oh, and you're talking about one of those.
Them tent cities they trying to build.
They're horrible.
I don't know how it became a crime to be homeless. But they pass a law that make it a crime to be homeless.
Yeah. It's crazy. And it's criminalizing homelessness everywhere.
Right.
And what, besides those tents being in the sun on a parking lot, it costs more to operate per person than it would be to get you an apartment.
Yes, it would. They have to constantly come in, patrolling, monitoring. They're just trying to control the homeless population.
Right, that's what it is.
Control the population.
It's a containment policy.
But these buildings over here, start at $3,800 a month.
Wow.
Even with a minimum wage job, you can't afford that. So you become homeless.
Yeah.
The city of San Diego made me homeless. I bought an RV. It took me a year and a half to get off the street. I got off, and they got me. I got an RV, had it for about 2 years, and I was in the hospital having surgery in my hand. They took it. They put me back on the ground.
Yeah, you said you were in a shelter for a little bit too.
I was in a city center over there, a convention center, and they put us out because of them women across the border. And I'm an American citizen, and I got put out and gave them room. They put me back on the street. Several times they put me back on the street.
So, tell me about the sweeps, the criminalization here.
Well, we get constantly harassed. They come to every week to make us move from one stride to the other stride of the street. For nothing, no avail, because it ain't that nasty. People out here that do clean up. They have trash, but they have nowhere to put the trash.
Right.
And,
that's what they think. People say, well, why is there all this trash? Well, you got trash pick, you don't, trash pick.
But they have garbage cans. We don't. Yeah. Big dumpsters. We don't have nowhere to put the trash. And some people out here, not because of drugs and alcohol like they think they is, people right here are really desperate to get off these streets. They just have no way.
And it's hard to do homelessness sober.
Period. To get a job, start off with a job, you can't afford the rent.
That's what people always say. Well, they should just get a job. Well,
okay, what are you going to do with a job?
Showers, then how do you get to the job? How do you get a good night's sleep? Because you got to lock your tent, and you can't lock a tent.
No.
Because people will steal your stuff.
Every day.
Now, how are you going to go to this job? And homelessness is expensive. You don't got a refrigerator, so you can't store food. And then how are you going to, save up for first and last month's rent when the apartments are $3,800?
And watch this part. In the cleanup, right?
Yeah.
If I go look for a job, when I come back, all my stuff now. You can't look for a job. They make it where you can. They don't do any coming in and to steal your stuff. I'm talking about the city takes your stuff. If I go look for a job, come back, all my shit gone. I'm gonna get a job and sleep under the sun?
Yeah.
You can't sleep like that.
How many times have you lost your stuff?
13 times.
13 times.
13 times.
You know the number.
13, because I keep it up.
Yeah.
Since I took my RV, I done lost it 3 times. After that, they took it 3 times. And the city worker, her name Patty, laughed at me.
So,
Thought it was funny.
what would you want the mayor of San Diego or these people driving by to know about homelessness and homeless people?
First of all, you gotta give someone a house. You gotta give them an opportunity to have a good night's sleep, to go look for a job, to have somewhere, because he can't sleep under the sun, under the night sky, and have a job. Yeah. He got there's 2 things the man got to do with working. He got to eat and he got to sleep. And both of them, that's all to make it work. He got to find some way of housing these people, because it's getting worse and worse. I mean, people are losing, can't afford this place over here they're building over here. And most of the homes are already paid for, so you can't afford it.
If you had 3 wishes, what would they be?
My health, good health, keep my family together, and riches.
Health, family, and riches.
Riches, that's right.
Those are great wishes.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much for talking to me.
Thank you very much.